Law enforcement officers from Ohio were in Cleveland for a memorial service of fallen Lorraine officer Philip Wagner. The 35-year-old died after being shot in an ambush. A public memorial for Wagner was held Wednesday at Rocca Arena, and when it was over, a procession carried his body to a private burial ceremony in Bellevue. Two other officers injured in the shooting have been released from the hospital and insisted on being at that service. Meantime, Vice President J.D. Vance visited Ohio this past week with a visit in Canton. He met with steelworkers talking about President Trump's big, beautiful bill. The tax and spending bill was approved by Congress earlier this month. It contains provisions that directly incentivize companies to build and invest in domestic manufacturing. It was endorsed by the American Iron and Steel Institute, hoping for growth and job creation. Well, heavy rain for 2 days in central Ohio led to flash flooding and evacuations. More than 60 residents in Lancaster were told to leave their houses last Sunday when the water got dangerously high. Officials also say they took nonstop calls as country roads turned into rivers. The intense flooding also caused a dog care center to evacuate. One employee said she was trying to rescue those dogs inside when firefighters arrived and got her out of the building. The EMA says it's best for people to stay home when they hear about flooding and to make sure they have a plan of action in situations like this. Well, AEP Ohio is rolling out some high-tech help to keep the lights on: drones. They've introduced a new drone system at the substation serving the Linden and Clintonville neighborhoods. The idea is simple. When a power outage hits, drone pilots can launch one of these devices within minutes to check out the trouble spot. AEP officials say it's a faster, more efficient way to respond, especially since the drones can be operated remotely from their headquarters.
We're also trying to be proactive with this drone. So what we're doing is we're flying before there's an outage. So we're trying to assess equipment, we're trying to find what liabilities are on the circuit such that we can de-risk the system and ultimately prevent the outages from happening.
AEP says it's been able to prevent almost 300 outages through the use of drones, and they're not just for emergency. These drones also do weekly inspections to help prevent outages before they happen. Well, the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics says energy prices are on the rise, up more than 6% since just January. The jump in electricity cost is being driven by growing demand, especially from data centers powering artificial intelligence technology. Add to that the increasing number of electric vehicles plugging in at charging stations, and it's putting more pressure on the power grid. The bottom line is that as our tech needs grow, so does the cost to keep everything running. Meantime, Michael T. Benson, WVU's new president, stopped by the Friendly City this week, his first on an 18-county tour across the state. Formerly the president of Coastal Carolina University, Benson says he's here to listen, learn, and connect with West Virginians. He's stepping into the role during a tough time for WVU with recent budget cuts, tuition hikes, and program reductions. But his goal is clear: stabilize the university and set it on a path toward future growth.
First and foremost, you have to do with kind of what you can within the limits of your budget. Still in all, our job is to increase revenue, increase enrollment. I'm very happy to report that our fall freshman class looks very, very promising. So a lot of people will take cues from that, and we're excited about that. But also be very forward thinking. I mean, what happened in the past is the past, and I was hired to help kind of chart a bold strategic plan to move forward, and we're going to roll that out here in a few weeks.
Now, Benson says AI is here to stay in part of WVU's future plans, warning that without embracing it, the university risks falling behind. And if you were impacted by the June flash floods, you can stop by the Triadelphia Community Center on National Road to apply for assistance in person. FEMA staff are on site to walk you through the application process and explain the different types of aid that might be available to you. And remember, for all of the latest local and national news, you can always head over to our website at WTRF.com. You can also follow us on social media. With a look back at some of this week's top stories, I'm John Walkup, working for you.